I didn't realize needed explaining about Silicon Valley when I started the book, but as I spoke, especially to people in Europe, it became clear to me that was the case, is how provincial it really is. And I don't mean that necessarily in a very negative sense. It's just, people are not far from each other. A lot of these very important companies have set up shop, about 20 miles, 10 miles, 30 miles away from where they went to college. Some of my students, I don't think, move house in between their college years and their first couple of years at Google or Facebook. Meanwhile, the big venture capital funds that finance a lot of these companies are located right around the perimeter of Stanford's campus, many of them, meaning these are people who run into each other all the time. These are people who run the same social circles. These are people whose children go to school together once they're older. It's all deeply, deeply provincial in that sense. It's a village, and it's a big village, but it's a village nonetheless. And it has somehow convinced the world that it is this, that the solutions offered here are always global, and I think it's very important to note that that's often not the case. That these are solutions for a very specific type of person who tends to live here and dominate this area. That the university is a big part of that. Even the students who do drop out, kind of take the college experience with them into these companies, right? There is a tendency. They do feel like dorms in many ways, right? There's a lot of things are provided for you that they wouldn't be at a traditional workplace. They have a kind of off the cuff, a kind of improvisational quality that could feel like a lab in a university. So in some way you're lured from one environment to the other. There are wonderful things about that. There are very scary things about that too. For instance, that I think people accept too little pay if it's sort of not so subtly suggested to them this is a continuation of their college experience.